Whether you're preparing for your first tournament or you're a seasoned pro, I've got some tips that can help you score better on your next tournament. Stick around. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Michael here with you once again, and today we're going to talk about tournament preparation, how to get yourself in the right mindset and the right physical state so you can perform your best at a tournament. So I've got 3 easy steps. Let's get into them now. Tip number 1, have a solid game plan. You don't want to go out and just freelance down the course and hope for the best. If you really want to perform well at a tournament, you want to have an intimate knowledge of that course, all the pitfalls, all the advantages. So in that, I typically like to go to a course about 3 times before the tournament so I can get some really good looks and get some really good information from the course. From the tee, I'm taking into account where the wind can be coming from. I'm throwing every disc that I think I might pull out for that shot. I've got a stable disc to fight the wind, and then I'll try to find my go-to disc if the wind is calm. I'm evaluating what's going to be the best shape for that hole. Going down the fairway, I want to know where I want to land for my landing zones, and if there are woods or anything like that, what side is going to be the best side for me to land on. There's typically one side that is going to be jail for you, and there's going to be another side that would have a scramble opportunity. So if I could throw either a backhand or a forehand, I'll pick the one that if it glances off of a tree, I'm going to try to err on the side that I can make a good scramble play from. So I'm going to be looking down the fairway, understanding what side of the fairway is jail, what side of the fairway that I can scramble from. On the green, I want to understand the landing zones. You could be inside the circle with a completely obstructed putt. So understand your green and make sure that you're going to have the space, the landing zones that you can attack from and grab your birdies. So all of those cover my first trip to the course. I'm just gathering all the information that I can. On my second trip to the disc golf course, I'm going to put my rough draft of my game plan into motion. So I'll throw 1 to 2 discs off the tee, my primary and my secondary, and just get a good feel for that plan that I've put in place. I'll find out what I'm capable of scoring during that time, so I'm gonna understand on the first 5 holes, I expect to be 3 under par through the first 5 holes. Through the next 6, I look to grab 2 or 3 more birdies during that stretch. So I'm putting together a full game plan so I can hit markers during that time to say, okay, after the first 9 holes, I should be 4 to 5 under. That's my game plan. After I've attacked my 5 holes, I might account for me missing 1 or 2. I'm expecting to be at 3 or 4 under for the first 9 holes. That's establishing your game plan and giving yourself goals to hit throughout the round. Instead of being caught off guard by the time that you're on hole 18 and you're like, whoa, I'm like way off pace of what I actually wanted to do. Setting those smaller goals in that game plan will help you stay on pace and keep your mind engaged during the 4 hours that you're going to be out there doing your tournament. So I'm taking that game plan, I'm putting it through its paces, and I'm understanding if I need to make any corrections to my primary and my secondary discs that I'm throwing off the tee pad. So at the end of day 2 to the tournament course, I should know my game plan. I should know what holes I can attack, what holes I shall be playing safe. I know where I can get bit, where I can be aggressive. All of those facts are in place. I know the discs I want to throw. I'm very comfortable in the game plan. So when I take trip number 3 to the tournament course, I'm going to put that game plan into full action. I'm going to wear tournament attire so I understand if I'm going to be uncomfortable wearing a certain kind of a belt, if I'm wearing pants, golf pants, if I'm wearing a big jacket or something. Like, I want to eliminate all of those factors that could surprise me on tournament day. So I'll wear tournament attire and get all the regular feels of being in a tournament situation. I'll play 1 disc and really put myself through the paces and see how I can, if I get behind on my game plan, how I can make up that ground. I'm putting everything through its paces and getting a full tournament feel. For me, it eliminates some of the butterflies if I know and feel the feeling of being behind or being ahead of your game plan. So get a solid game plan, get yourself comfortable to where you understand all the ins and outs of the course that you'll be attacking for the tournament. Side note here, if you can only see a course once, do the first step that I mentioned. Go through the course, throw all the discs that you think you might throw, and understand the dangers that can be lurking on the course. Understand like where the greens are set and know like what the pitfalls are, where the really danger zones are, and where you can attack. If you are having to play a course blind for a tournament, just throw the shot that you can see. If it's a slight dog leg off to the side and you can throw just down the fairway and land it in a landing zone that you can see that could be just inside circle or circle's edge, like that's an opportunity at a birdie. Don't find yourself trying to park the hole and then getting punished for it. All your job in your tournament is to give yourself opportunities to score. So if you're playing the course blind, just shoot the shot that can give you an opportunity to score. That's your job. Go out there and try your best. Tip number 2, your diet. Listen, okay, I'm not gonna tell you what foods are amazing and what foods are trash, because everybody has a different kind of diet that works for them. So some people can eat a Big Mac minutes before a round and drink an entire 2-liter of soda and it bothered them not at all. And other people can't even sniff it and it'd be okay for them. We all have foods that make us feel like garbage after we eat them. Stay away from those. So eat foods that are high in protein. Give yourself some good vitamins that are going to prepare your body in order to allow it to perform at its peak levels. So don't eat a whole bunch of trash that's going to hinder your body from actually being able to perform. The biggest thing that I can tell you is that you have to drink lots and lots of water. It's going to hydrate your muscles, it'll clear your mind, you'll be able to have a much better mental game if you're hydrating. So hydrate to dominate. That is what your job is pre-gaming up to the tournament. Don't underestimate the value of being well hydrated prior to a tournament. If you're gonna just drink a bunch of water on the day of, it's not nearly as good as if you're well hydrated going into the tournament. Your muscles will be better, your mind will be clear, you'll be able to really attack the course. Hydrate to dominate. Tip number 3, stay loose. So this is a balancing effort. So you don't wanna do what I call redlining, is when you throw absolutely as hard as you can. You don't want to go out and have a session where you're going max distance for 2 hours on the night before the tournament. That is not what you need to do. You also don't want to be a sloth either. You don't want to be sitting around for 5 days leading up to a tournament and having no movement at all, and you're resting for the tournament. Because when it comes time for those muscles to actually fire, they're gonna go, what in the world is going on? We haven't moved for days and now we're all expecting to throw at peak performance. You're not gonna get the results that you want out of that. So stay loose. So you can get throws in, throw moderately. Just all your mids, your putters, you can throw some drivers, just don't redline for an hour, 2 hours at a time. Get some moderate throws in, make sure that your timing is good, and don't push your body to the point that it goes into recovery phase. So the recovery is when your body is just going to take a break and it's going to start trying to rebuild all of your muscles. You don't want to go to that point, but you also don't go into the sloth phase where you're just not doing anything and your motion during a tournament is going to be a surprise to your muscles. So go on a walk, go on a light jog, do light exercises, go out and throw a little bit. Just make sure that your muscles are activated, not overworked. So make sure that they know what's going on. The timing of everything is good. You can go out and putt, throw, do whatever. Just don't find yourself moving into recovery phase. Stay in an active phase for your muscles. That'll put you in a peak performance range, that your muscles will know what they're supposed to do. They know the job that they're supposed to complete. If you're hydrated and have a lot of protein, they'll be built, you'll be clear-headed, and you'll be ready to attack your tournament. And with a solid game plan, you're gonna be hard to stop. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed these tips and tricks. I hope they help lower your scores and increase your rankings at your next tournament. And remember, if you love all things disc golf entertainment and education, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so you don't miss out on any of the fun that's heading your way soon. I'll catch you next time.